everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a haul video. So recently it was my birthday and I got some vouchers to go into Boots and Superdrug, and quite a lot of the stuff that I'm going to mention is from NYX because a NYX has opened in my Boots and NYX stand, which is like, oh my gosh, hallelujah. Oh, it's amazing. So quite a lot of the stuff I'm going to mention is from NYX, but I just thought you might like to see it because you guys seem to like my collective beauty hauls and I like filming them, so here we go. So first thing I want to mention is a palette. Now this is the Sleek Solstice highlighting palette and I got this from Superdrug. So it's this highlighting palette and you get 3 highlighting shades. One of them is cream and the others are matte powders. You get a yellow one, you get a bronzy tone one, you get this orangey tone one, and then you get this lavender one. And I just really like the look of it and the shades look so pretty. I'll just swatch one of them now. That's the yellow one. So oh my gosh, that is proper highlight. Some serious highlighting going on. And then this is the lavender one next to that. So good, they're so pigmented as well. Next thing I've got here is the Lancome Energy de Vie liquid moisturiser. I had a sample of this when I went to Lancome to get a juicy shaker and I really liked it, so I thought I'd get the big size one. And basically this is made of goji berries and it's just a really nice light moisturiser to have on, and it's really good for summer or if you get quite oily skin because it's not too thick and heavy. And this is just quite a nice thing to have if you're just wanting to go for quite a minimal makeup day or you don't want anything too heavy and you just want something to let your skin breathe. I think this is really nice for that, and I love the scent of it and I love the way it makes my skin feel, so I got that Lancome Energy de Vie. So moving on, the next thing I got is this palette and it is by Makeup Revolution and it is the Mermaids Forever palette. So I was just perusing my local Superdrug and I just came across this just by chance. So it's quite a bright palette actually. It's got a lot of bright colours in it. So it's got some greens, it's got some purples, it's got some blues, some pinks, it's got some like corally pink colours. But I just think it's a really pretty palette and I really like it. And actually this colour here, the one at the top on the third row from the right, actually looks quite a lot like Ariel's towel from Little Mermaid, so I'll be quite intrigued to try what that colour looks like. Let me just swatch it now actually. Oh yeah, look at that, we've got some proper pigmentation going on there. So that's what that palette looks like and I just thought it looked really nice, and it's quite a cheap palette actually. A lot of the Makeup Revolution products are quite affordable, so I was just like, well, you know, might as well. I wanted to get some of the Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfectors because I've seen a few beauty bloggers have put them over the top of liquid lipsticks and it just looked really nice and just gave the lips a really dewy finish without making them look too cakey. So I got 2 of them. I got one in the shade 05 and the other one's in the shade 08. So 05 is a really light pink colour. It's kind of like a little bit of a coral tone to it. I just think it's really pretty. And then 08 is more of a plum berry tone colour, which I really like. Next product I got is from Sleek and it is one of their Sweet Cheek blushes, blusher sticks from their Whimsical Wonderland range, and I believe this is in the shade Lickety Split. This colour looks quite shocking at first because it's like a really deep corally red, but actually it comes out really nice. So that's what it looks like to begin with, and I was like, oh my god, that's never going to suit me, but actually it looks really pretty when you put a little bit on and then you just blend it in. It just gives a really nice natural flush to your cheeks. It's really pretty and I just really like the pigmentation of this and I just thought it was a really pretty colour. So I got that and it's quite a compact size actually, quite good if you're travelling. But I got another thing from Sleek actually, and it's one of their new Matte Me lipsticks, and this is in the shade Bittersweet, which is like a dusky, slightly plum tone pink colour I would say. And I'm really into liquid lipsticks at the moment and a lot of people have been saying these are really good, and they actually do not come off. I swatched these on my hand in the shop and they would not come off, not even with makeup remover. It took me ages to get them off, so I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on what kind of thing you like, I guess, but I think it's pretty good. So this is what the colour is like, and it's this really gorgeous shade. Not really like anything that I've actually got at the moment, but I really like the colour. So from NYX, I actually picked up some of their liquid suede lipsticks, and they're kind of like a matte lip. So again, another thing in terms of like my liquid lipstick collection. I love liquid lipsticks, and a lot of people have been saying these are really good dupes for the Kylie Jenner lipsticks in terms of their staying power. I mean, I have the Kylie Jenner ones actually, and I quite like them. I mean, I don't think the formulation is what I was expecting. They can be a bit drying on the lips, so it'll be interesting to see if these are a little bit more forgiving in terms of how moisturising and how they feel on the lips, but they look really pretty. And I've got one in the shade Vintage, Cherry Skies, I've got one in the shade Soft Spoken and TN Cookies, and I just think that they're really pretty colours, and I'm really excited to try them out and see what they look like. I also got some of the highlighters from NYX. These are the liquid illuminators. I've got one in the shade Pure Gold and the other one is in the shade Sunbeam. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about these. They're really popular in terms of NYX's face products. Pure Gold, you couldn't wear this if you didn't have a tan. If you didn't have a tan or any bronzer on, it would look a little bit too, I would say, harsh if you didn't have any colour or if you didn't have any natural tan. So watch out for that. If you don't have any fake tan on, maybe consider putting some on, because this can be a little bit too much if you don't. But Sunbeams is really pretty light pink, and it reminds me a little bit of the Benefit High Beam in terms of its colour and the shimmer tone it has to it. But I think they're really pretty and they're really good for the price point as well, so I'll let you know what I think of those. I also got two of their jumbo eye pencils. So I got one in the shade Strawberry Milk and the other one's in the shade Cashmere. Strawberry Milk, as you can imagine, is like a really light pink colour, and then Cashmere is like a gold shimmer tone. It's got a little bit of a champagne hint to it, but I love these. I actually have one in Milk and I really like the way it makes my makeup last. It is a good base to your eye makeup, I feel, so I wanted to get some more, seeing as how I could try them on my hand and I could swatch them, and I really like the colours of these. I think they're really pretty. So I also got two of their baked blushes from NYX. I got one in the shade Wanderlust and the other one is in the shade Passion. Now these are more of a shimmer tone blusher, add a little bit of a highlight iridescence to your cheeks. They'd be quite good as highlighting blushes, but I just absolutely love the look of them. I think they're really pretty colours and I'm really intrigued to try them and see how they apply. I also got from NYX some of the Vivid Brights eyeliners. Now these look really intriguing. They'd be really good for festival season or if you're trying to create a really out there look. I've got this one in the shade Vivid Petal, which is like a pinky colour. I got this one in the shade Vivid Blossom, which is a lavender colour. This one's in the shade Vivid Escape, which is a light green colour. This one is in the shade Vivid Fire, and this is like a really bright pink colour. And then this one is in the shade Vivid Halo, and this is a yellow shade. Actually, I think this would be quite good if I'm doing like a look for Guide Dogs Week or something like that, because obviously I did one last year. That would be the sort of thing I'd use because it's like a yellow and that'd be really cool. But I'm intrigued to try these out, and I'm not really someone who ventures with bright eye makeup a lot of the time, but actually when I've worn really bright like green eye makeup with my spring makeup look, a lot of you seem to like that. So I probably will try and do some looks with these and let you know how I get on. I think they're really cool if you like really out there makeup looks or if you like quite bright colours. I also got two of the NYX lingerie lipsticks in the shade Ruffle Trim and Exotic. I mean, for me personally, I think these look really nice. A lot of people have been saying about these as well. They say that they're good dupes for the Kylie Jenner ones too, in terms of the colours you get as well, actually, because they're all quite nudie, pinky tones. A lot of them are very neutral, so I think this would be quite good if you're looking for a neutral lip. And I also got one of their soft matte lip creams in the shade Copenhagen, and this is like a really lovely, I'd say wine oxblood red colour, and I love these. I've got quite a few of these now to my collection and they're really good if you like quite moisturising products to your lips. You don't think anything looks too cakey but gives a matte finish. These are really good. They don't last, but they do have a really good colour payoff and they do make your lips look really full and just like healthy. They don't really dry your lips out, I find, so these are really good if you like a matte lip but without the matte feel. I tend to find that the matte lip with the matte feel can be a bit uncomfortable sometimes. I got this retractable lip pencil in Jewel. I actually really like the NYX lip liners. I've got one already, so I wanted to try this out and see what it was like. And I'm always looking for drugstore lip liners because I feel like you can never have enough lip liners because you always have different tones of lipstick, but obviously always buying high-end ones is a little bit too much, so I'm always looking to get low-end or, you know, more affordable lip liners, so I got that. I also got this from NYX, and this is one of their soft matte lip creams in the shade Amsterdam, and this is more of a warm tone red colour, and I don't really have a lot of red lipsticks, so I wanted to get something a little bit more kind of out there, because a lot of my lipsticks, like liquid lipsticks, are nude or they're like brown tones or pink tones, so I wanted to get something a little bit different. So I got one of the Sexy Mother Pucker lipsticks from Soap and Glory in the shade Barely Pinkin', and this is one of their shine finishes, I believe, and this is a really pretty, just a very kind of light, slightly nude tone pink, if you can see that. It's just really nice finish, and I really like the colour, and it's just, yeah, just, you know, it's just, you can never have too many pink lipsticks, I feel. Then I also got another one of their Sexy Mother Pucker lipsticks, and this is in the shade Berry Kissable in a matte finish. Now this is more of a, I'd say, kind of slightly plummy toned pink, and it's got that lovely undertone to it, and that's what it looks like. It's really pretty actually, and it's just a nice matte colour, and I think this would be quite nice as a kind of summer plum, because I feel some of the plums are really autumnal, but I feel this would be quite warm. It wouldn't be too harsh lip colour. So I also got some products from Delilah, which I've been wanting to try for ages. I really like the look of the Delilah products. Basically, Delilah is more of a high-end makeup brand, and they're designed for women who want that kind of easy, effortless look to their makeup. So I've got a retractable eyeliner, and this is in the shade Twig, and this is like a brown kind of matte colour. It's really, really pretty. I love the shade. I like more brown toned eyeliners, to be honest. I'm not really into black eyeliner all the time. I think it's a little bit too harsh for everyday wear, personally for me anyway. I then got a lip liner, and this is in the shade Naked, and this is just like a very nice, soft, natural pink colour, and it's just nice for everyday wear again. I really like the colour of that, and it's got a nice creamy finish to it. I then got one of their lipsticks, and this is in a Colour Intense lipstick, and it's a cream lipstick in the shade Grace, and Grace is just like a really lovely, like, light pink shade. I'll just swatch that for you now so you can see that. So that's got a little bit more pink to it than what I usually wear. I'd say it's like a petal pink, to be honest. It's kind of a very light, really kind of pinky tone pink, if that makes any sense at all. And then lastly, from Delilah, I got this, and this is one of their Colour Intense Compact Powder Eyeshadows, and this is in the shade Forest. So as you might gather, Forest is a really gorgeous, shimmery green colour. It's kind of a leafy green. I really love the shade. Look at that. Look at the intensity of that. And just watch that there. Oh my gosh, that is just heaven. That is so pretty. I love the colour. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like on the eye. I think it would be nice as a crease colour, or even as an outer V colour. It's just so gorgeous. So that concludes my haul video for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and that you have got some inspiration of things you might like to try. I'm going to now go and take off all the swatches on my arm. There are plenty on there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye everyone, take care.